Hi snooker fans, Emma Maflin here for Dafasnooker.com. I'm here to do a Q&A session with Jan Verhaas. Jan, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good. Jan, you're regarded as the best referee in the world, and you have been for quite some time now. What did you do before becoming a referee?
I worked at Shell Chemicals, process operator, loading, discharging ships with chemicals.
Okay, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was alright, wasn't the healthiest of jobs, but I did it for a few years and the pay was good. So yeah, quite enjoyed it.
Okay. When did you first have the desire to become a referee?
I think it was about 1989. Played snooker with my friends, it was never that good. I still wanted to stay involved in the game, so I just picked up a refereeing course and got taught by Mike Clark from Kent, and really enjoyed it.
And stuck with it?
Absolutely.
Can you remember your first match?
Professionally was Tony Drago, Steve Davis here at the Guildhall.
Ah.
It was 93, Preston Grand Prix. Yeah.
Wow. What's the most memorable match you have been in charge of?
Oh, I've done so many. I mean, I've been a referee for 25 years nearly now, so I would imagine the 3 Paul Hunter wins at the Masters. I refereed all 3 finals there. Of course, my first World Championship final.
Yeah.
And I've, you know, every final is memorable, but the Worlds and the Masters finals they stick with you.
Yeah. What's the longest match you've ever refereed?
I can't remember again, there'd be so many, but I've had matches where I came off probably around 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
I did a world final here between Ebden and Dot in Sheffield. I think that finished about 1:45 in the morning, so that was pretty long.
Pretty tired after that,
Yeah,
then,
absolutely.
I can imagine.
But I mean, you know, it's divided in sessions, so it's not too bad.
Well, that's my next question actually. I was going to ask you, how do you manage to maintain your concentration levels?
It comes pretty natural with me. I suppose I have that discipline to do that, because I also know that if I lose my concentration, it's a lonely world out there, so you can't afford to make mistakes. So I always try to keep in that zone, you know.
Are there any practice routines or mental exercises you do to help?
No, just try and stay fit the night before and make sure you're in good shape the next day.
Okay. Can you remember how many 147s you've refereed?
I've done 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your worst refereeing mistake, and are you prepared to tell?
Again, I made so many mistakes.
I can't imagine that, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you forget sometimes. You forget to spot a collar back. I did that at the Crucible once with Neil Robertson. You make counting mistakes. I've never really blundered, I suppose, but yeah, there's always, like we talked about before, lapse of concentration and you go wrong.
It's only human, isn't it, I suppose?
Absolutely.
What's your favourite venue? Have you got one?
It used to be Wembley Conference Centre.
Yeah.
I suppose now for prestige it's the Crucible.
Yeah. I've heard you're a pretty decent player yourself.
I'm useless.
What's your highest break?
79, but I
79.
only, that was a complete fluke. I was a 30 break man really when I played. Don't play anymore.
No, you never pick up the cue yourself?
No, a game of pool, but never play snooker.
Okay. Yeah, belated congratulations on getting married.
Thank you.
With your job taking you away from home and indeed around the world for long periods of time, how do you fit this in with recently married life?
It's tough, you know. I mean, I've always been a single man, and it was easy because I love to travel in. Now, obviously, you know, you've got other commitments, and it's tough being away from home, and you know, do a lot of Skyping and keep in touch that way.
Yeah. Who do you think is the greatest player of all time?
Well, for me, there's a handful of great players. You know, I always thought Stephen Hendry, Davis, you know, the usual, say 4 or 5, Ronnie, John Higgins. But they're all great players in their own right. But if you really look at match play, you've got to put Ronnie and John and Stephen and Steve up there, you know.
Yeah. Have you a sporting hero?
Not really.
No?
No, I mean, you know, it depends what kind of sport you like. I love my football, so I would say Johan Cruyff, Dennis Bergkamp, as being Dutch myself. darts from Barneveld, Federer in tennis.
Yep.
So you know, I don't call them heroes, but I do admire them.
Yeah. Well, I know you're a massive Feyenoord fan.
Yeah.
And congratulations on them winning the Dutch Championship, by the way. And because of that, they're going to gain entry into this year's league.
Yeah,
So
Champions League.
So that's good. And I know you like cycling, diving, and playing darts.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies? Do you like anything else?
Not really.
No.
I have to go out for a pint every now and
Yeah,
again.
that's quite a good hobby. I like that one. Is there anything else you do to relax? Anything?
No, I mean, like I bought a house, obviously, getting married, bought a house, so I'd like to do some jobs in the house. Just redone the whole garden this summer, so I'm always proud when that's done, and you know, sit and relax and sit in the garden.
Are you good at the old DIY, Jan?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
You're quite handy,
Not
are you?
bad. My wife probably disagrees, but I think I'm quite handy.
Jan, if you had a superhero power, what would it be and why?
Be invisible, I suppose.
That's my one.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's pretty
it'd
cool.
be nice, isn't it? You walking everywhere and
Know everything.
nice little sneak around.
What's your favourite food?
Indonesian.
Okay. What's your favourite drink? Apart from the beer.
Yeah, well, I'd have to say beer or mojitos. I like them a lot.
Do you have a favourite TV programme? Do you watch any telly?
No, Modern Family is quite funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have any phobias?
No.
None at all?
No.
No? What do you think you would have become had you not been a referee?
I probably still worked at Shell Chemicals. I wouldn't really know, but I mean, you know, that job was always secure. I did school at Shell, and they promised me a job when I passed my exam, so I suppose I would have still been there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, finally, Jan, what shoe size are you?
45, 11.
11. Okay, I was just interested to know
Yeah,
that, but I
alright.
don't know why. Jan, thanks so much for your time.
Pleasure.
From everyone at Dafasnooker.com, we would like to wish you all the very best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you.